Oh, like a little ghost. Isn't that beautiful? This is the point where the sun is hitting the ground and the wet dew is evaporating. Maybe if I stand here, I'll evaporate too.
I hope no.
You hope I would.
Hello everywhere. Stiamo
morning.
facendo questa bellissima passeggiata al sole e dopo vi portiamo al negozio dell'usato.
Yes, yesterday I went to the second-hand shop and I was hunting for a few little bits and pieces which I need because I'm redoing a bedroom, and which you'll see next week. And I saw a garden bench. Now we've been looking for a garden bench for ages. And we found one, was it last week? Do you remember that one we found in Vientina?
Sì, era di metallo, era tutto rotto.
Yeah, we found one for €50, but it was like the edges had literally rusted away and it was like jagged metal edges, so not really great bargain. And yesterday, while I was at the second-hand market, I found a garden bench, a wooden one, for €150, which is a bit more than I wanted to spend, but it's at least half price of if I'd bought a new one, because they're quite expensive. And I sort of thought about it. I sent a photo to Carlo, but he was busy and he didn't see my photo until about an hour later. And so I didn't get it, and I went away. And then I showed him the photo yesterday afternoon. It was like, oh yeah, that's actually really good. So I phoned up and I've reserved it. So we're going to go and pick it up today. And we thought we would take you second-hand browsing and have a chat about the second-hand shops here.
Se avete già visto il video di Firenze, dove lì c'è io che sono nel bosco che ho provato a tagliare dei pezzi di legno per fare delle panche. Sì, quelle saranno sicuramente nella nostra proprietà, però saranno messe in un modo definitivo, perché saranno pesantissime da spostare. Quindi questa qua è un po' più piccola, un po' più leggera e la possiamo mettere dove vogliamo. Se c'è bisogno di spostarla lo possiamo fare.
Yeah, it's movable, much easier to move around, and we will be moving it because I think for now we'll stick it probably in the olive grove, and then later on when we start our vegetable garden we'll probably put it in there.
He's a wet doggy. He's such a wet doggy.
We're just picking up some salt for the water purifier. Cos'è per il sale? Per il purificatore dell'acqua?
Per purificare,
Yeah, for the water.
addolcire, si dice addolcire.
The water sweetener, they call it in Italian, but I think we call it the water softener. That's what we call it. And the guy in there that owns this store is the hunter that came onto our land. That when I went out with the big carrot that was standing there by the wisteria, that was him. Now I know where he works. Fountain is still for sale. Sono tutti venduti questi cosi belli.
Ogni volta.
The fountain is still there. Maybe we should get that fountain for €1,000 and stick it in our vegetable garden.
Ma anche questi sono stati venduti, no?
Forse questi no.
Questi sono carini, dai.
Sì. So the bench that I saw yesterday is over here. This is a nice, simple
Anche questi qua sono stati venduti.
bench.
Matteo sì, ma guarda. Quello lì.
Sei comodo.
Pulito.
Yeah, perfect.
Non si mette più giù. Un ore.
Allora?
Okay, they're still for sale. They're €48 each.
Ti piacciono?
I do like them, yeah. We don't need them, but I mean, it's not a bad price, and they're nice and weathered.
Sì, ma non è che abbiamo bisogno di tutto, amore. Ah, a me piacciono, se li vuoi prendere li prendiamo, decidi tu.
You can get them if you want.
Ah, io chiedevo se sono abbastanza carini.
Yeah, with some, yeah, they'd be lovely.
Ok.
I've found a little staircase for Holly so she can climb up onto the bed. Look.
Oh.
It's really pretty.
È qualcosa di veramente insolito, sicuro è stato costruito o per un bambino o per un cane. Non riesco a vedere dov'è il prezzo.
Baby chair.
Guarda questa lampada. È di metallo, è pesante. Guarda quanto pesa.
Oh. Wow. Bring the wall down.
È bagnata. Sì, ma è molto più comoda e costa anche 60 euro in meno
It's
questo.
gonna be wet every morning.
È la morte.
È la morte
È
sua.
la morte sua sopra la macchina. Se no che l'ho presa a fare.
What is the matter?
L'altro pezzo qua, quello lì. Questo? Poi c'è.
Dove li metto? Sì.
Sì.
All'entrata. Aspetta, adesso metti la mano lì. Soddisfatta?
Yes, very. We've been looking for one of these for so long, so I'm really glad that we've got it.
Sì, anche è comoda.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's nice and solid and steady. It's not wobbly,
Sì.
and I could sit here for quite a while. We might not keep it here. This is not actually our land yet.
No, non ancora.
But it's a nice place to sit, and if this is where we're doing the vegetable garden, so it makes sense that it's here. And those, well, we've put them there for now, but we might move them as well, depending on where the entrance will be. Anyhow, we wanted to talk about the second-hand shops, the culture of the second-hand shopping. You had some things to say.
Sì, sì. Allora, una volta in Italia era possibile andare in qualsiasi negozio e comprare quello che ti serviva, quasi sicuramente era lì disponibile. Negli ultimi anni, negli ultimi 20 anni, questo processo è andato un po' cambiando, è diventato più un vai in un negozio, vedi qualcosa che ti piace e vorresti portarlo subito via, ma in molti casi, non sempre, ma in molti casi lo devi ordinare perché non ce l'hanno fisicamente lì quell'oggetto, anche perché il mercato è cambiato tanto, si spedisce da altre parti del mondo, ma molti venditori non vogliono tenere un grande stock di roba disponibile perché per loro non è conveniente.
Yeah.
Quindi, che cos'è la differenza? Quando vai in un negozio di seconda mano, qualsiasi cosa che vedi è lì e se non è già stato venduto, lo puoi comprare e portare via right now.
Yeah. We're talking sort of more furniture, fittings, like light fittings, kitchen equipment, not kitchen equipment, more like if you needed to buy a sink or a kitchen unit or a bathroom unit, any furniture. It's normally you go to the shop, you choose what you want, and then you have to order it, and it takes up to 6 to 8 weeks, which can be frustrating.
Sì, non all'IKEA. L'IKEA, diciamo, il 90% delle cose lo puoi portare via subito quasi.
Yeah.
Ma anche lì succede a volte che non ce l'hanno tutto quello che serve. Ti ricordi quel divano?
The sofa, we had to wait ages. But even Maison du Monde, which is like the French version of IKEA, which we have here, even though you can buy the little things, but if you want a sofa or a bed or a chair, an armchair, a puff, whatever, you have to order it, and it's 6 to 8 weeks usually. So, and the second-hand shop, the nice thing is that it's second-hand, it's been used, it's getting a new life, so you're saving money, you're reutilising something that could have otherwise been thrown away. And
soprattutto l'ultima
really
parte di questo discorso è riutilizzare qualcosa che si può ancora utilizzare.
Yeah.
Questa per me è la parte più interessante di questo discorso. Ecco perché spesso voglio aggiustare le cose. Non è solo per risparmiare, che anche è un discorso valido, è perché non voglio buttare via qualcosa che potenzialmente può essere ancora usato. Insomma, è uno spreco buttare via qualcosa solo perché si è rotto un piccolo pezzo.
Yeah. And the other thing is that we've had a few people comment that we're always buying stuff. Well, what you must remember is when we got this house 2 years ago, we didn't do a house move. So we didn't bring anything from our old house to this house because the old house is still there. Sky is living in it with Nicola and we go back and stay there often. So we couldn't really take anything with us apart from some of our clothes. So we took half of our clothes, left the rest there, and pretty much that's it. You probably took a screwdriver and a hammer and a drill and a few little bits and pieces, but we really took nothing. So everything, we've completely started from scratch here. So when we moved in, we had nothing. We didn't have chairs, we didn't have a table. We're very lucky that we were left by the previous owners. They left about 6 metal chairs and 1 table, and we were so lucky we had that because we used that table all the time. I mean, it was all we had to put things on. So we've really started from scratch here, and slowly over the last couple of years we've been buying what we need for the house. So we've been looking for a garden bench, for example, for probably since last summer. We started saying we need a bench in the garden somewhere, and I knew that one would come along and I wasn't going to buy a new one, and I thought, well, there's no rush, we don't desperately need a bench, we can sit anywhere else, so we'll wait until one turns up, and now we've got one. But that's the way it was with everything. We've just bought what we've needed when we've found it.
Sì, ovviamente potrei costruirne qualcuna io, anche se ne ho già fatto qualcuno.
Well, you
giù.
have, but
sì.
we need them down in the woods, don't we?
Sì, sono troppo pesanti. Questa magari adesso è qui, poi magari la spostiamo, ma spostare una come si dice, una panca che pesa diversi quintali, no, non è una buona idea.
No,
quindi...
the wooden ones that he's made down. If you watched our video where I went to Florence, he was down in the woods and he made some big chunky benches from big hunks of wood. I mean, 2 big round trunk slices as the legs and then a big thick plank on top, and they're really, really heavy. So we're going to put those around the woodland path. We're not going to bring them up here. They'd be quite hard to move. So we just needed a nice bench for our garden. But yes, we've been very careful about what we've bought. We're not out buying things all the time. I've bought quite a few things this week because I'm redoing one of the guest bedrooms. I'm doing one of the guest bedrooms. I've never done anything to it apart from put a bed in there. So now I'm finally doing a room. So I need the furniture for that room. So I've bought myself a bedside table and a stool and... what else have I bought? A shelf for the wall and some pictures. And while I was there, I found some pictures to put on the wall in the piano room, which were perfect for the piano room. So I mean, we don't buy frivolous stuff. We're not always out shopping. We hardly ever shop. I mean, Carlo will wear clothes until they fall to pieces, and I'll have to say, Carlo, you can't walk around with that huge hole in your bottom. We need to buy you some trousers. So maybe once every year or
Sì,
so.
è vero, è vero. Naturalmente io sono fatto così. I vestiti sono qualcosa che una volta che indosso li trovo comodi, li uso fino alla distruzione totale, nel senso buchi, strappi.
Sì.
E tutto, ovviamente a lavare si lava in lavatrice, ma l'aspetto che hanno sembra veramente di un barbone, di qualcuno che non ha soldi per comprare vestiti nuovi. Ecco, anche questo è un motivo per cui quando trovo qualcosa di comodo, se non ho comprato già un paio o 2 o 3, rivado nel negozio e ne compro 3 o 4 uguali, così posso avere, sai, e sembra che sono vestiti uguali per anni.
Sì. I don't think we're frivolous. I don't think we are always out shopping. We've been buying stuff we need for the house because we need to set the house up to be livable in, and we're very careful with how we spend our money. If something's too expensive, for example, I would have loved to have a Smeg fridge in the kitchen, but when I saw the price of them, I just thought, no, I can't allow myself to spend that on a fridge when there's so many other things I need to buy. So I just went for a normal fridge. And I don't regret it. I mean, yeah, it'd be great to have a Smeg fridge. It would look wonderful, but I can live without a Smeg fridge.
Sì, ma se costa 4 volte di più di un normale frigorifero, no, grazie, voglio dire, compriamo quello che ci sembra giusto, comprare per il prezzo che vale. Ovviamente a tutti piacciono le cose belle, no? Poi dipende dai gusti, però voglio dire, spendere così tanto per qualcosa che puoi avere un po' più bruttino ma che è uguale, tecnicamente valido, no.
Okay, I've got a room to finish painting.
E io c'ho da andare nel bosco.
So thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed coming to buy our bench with us, and I'm really, really excited about finishing off this whole garden area.
Quante volte te l'ho detto che c'è un bel culo? Tu me lo metti davanti, dai.
Sorry, your glasses are very dirty.
Sì,
How can you see out of them?
sono occhiali da lavoro, dai.
All right, thanks for joining us. We'll see you in a
Ciao
few
a
days'
tutti.
time on the next video. Bye. Non so se si vede